Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another bit of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we were fighting a little bit in the south over here on the eastern front. The enemy started to bring in a lot of troops again, so they're probably recovering from the kind of collapse that they had earlier. Like, I don't know, 5 episodes ago or something like that. So they're now finally starting to recoup from that. We do actually have the rocket organs over here. They haven't actually done any range attack yet. Go out and strike on that stack of massive, well, a lot of infantry in there. Well, actually there's a lot more tanks than infantry, quite frankly. Well, at least in terms of number of the units, but regardless, we did a bit of a strike there. We've also taken a decent chunk of land over here in the south. I mean, we didn't take that much in a number of hexes. We took the entire road though, so that's going to cause them a lot of issues. Which means that taking out this town might become a lot easier. Now, we do need to get a little bit more troops to the southern front to get for a bit further with the progress in here, I guess. But that's not going to happen right now. And the rest of the combats have mostly already taken place. We could maybe have a look at the trade if there's something. We could probably sell some metal, actually. We've got quite a bit of it again. So I'm just going to sell, I don't know, 1,000. We're getting a lot of it from the demetallization, so we don't need to worry about running out of metal deposits or anything like that. I mean, we still got some metal mines, but those are starting to be the minority, in a sense. They've got a lot of troops in here, though. That does make me worried that they... I don't know, they might still have planes in here to do intercepting with. Now, one of the things that we could perhaps start doing is start working on a... So we just built a railhead in here, so that's going to allow the logistics to flow easier. But I'm going to build a airfield in here. And then we could build an airfield over here into Monty, and then one for the crawler industries. So that way we could have a sort of a chain of airfields. I think this was going to be a... Well, actually, technically speaking, if we were to just raise a formation of Thopters in here, so it would be independent fighter... No, it's a fighter bomber, isn't it? Yeah, the Wizards. So it's only 300. That's not too bad. We can get that one. We can move that closer. Oh, actually, we should probably put in the... If you've got readiness of over 50, you can do intercepting. So we can move that closer. It's got fairly good range as well. But if we move it over here somewhere, we can start intercepting some of their planes. And hopefully dealing a lot of damage in the process. And then one more thing that we're going to do before heading over to the next round is changing the research. Since we're doing a lot of the linear research, we're already at 56% on the aircraft ruggedness. So we'll call this one and go through the research. So we could go for the rocket engine. We haven't researched that yet. But I think the jet engines are pretty darn good over here with high atmosphere and all that. We could upgrade the helicopter design, or just in general improve aircraft design. Or Thopter design. Right, so they are the... Yeah, okay, I see what's that. Propeller engine efficiency. I don't think we need to worry about that one. Aerodynamics is always nice. That would increase the speed overall. Lightweight alloys would reduce the weight of the planes. VTOL turbojet engines. Now that could actually be quite useful. Yeah, we'll unlock that one. It's going to take a while before it's done, but that's fine. And then let's go and switch to the energy gun optimization to something else as well. Because it's already in pretty good shape, all things considered. There's the launcher optimization, so that would be for the missile launchers. Payload optimization for rockets and missiles. We do use a lot of rockets and missiles overall. Like some of the planes use rockets, and we of course have the rocket artillery and all that. Mining techniques would increase the productivity of our mining, which would be quite useful as well. Prospecting optimization would allow us to reveal things quicker. Fuel mix optimization will increase the real production of fuel of your assets. Ah, now that could also be quite handy. You know what, we'll go for that one for a little bit. We could always use a bit more fuel, as we've got a lot of tanks and all that. We've started improving the situation with the logistics at least. Of course, we're not moving a lot of the tanks as much these days. So it's only like a little bit of movement and then a lot of fighting and then a bit more movement and a lot more fighting and all that. So it takes a while. Well, let's head to the next round, shall we? There's another artillery strike. Another artillery strike. I think they're trying to soften us up there to try to make a breakthrough. Well, they're trying attacking a lot of artillery over there. They didn't deal any damage, but they may have gotten some hits, so the readiness may have dropped on some of the troops in the north. But so far so good. No losses, no kills. Oh, there we go. Private assets have reached 96 levels total now. And a new model completed, Cometier. Oh, is this the, right, this is the mechanized quad machine gun. An automated turret. Ooh, now this could be quite handy. Alright then. Intimate Mason. Governor of Taz. I'm gonna have to reverse the leader's action. See also Security Corporation. I think that's fine. Enforcement profile reaches at least 60. Yeah. We're already there. One of the easiest missions that we've ever had to do. So one of the things that I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go for the medium helicopter and I'm going to rebuild the Cheyenne. Because that one's an old transport helicopter. If we go with the very heavy rotor engine, that's probably still going to be fine. The engine's efficiency isn't necessarily the best, admittedly. But we need to have something large to carry all the fuel and all that. And with that also... Does it need machine guns? I mean, I suppose it doesn't hurt to have some sort of machine guns with them. No air-to-ground weapons, though. And then it's going to have the 500-kilogram cargo. Let's have a look. What's the range now? It's 7 hexes. It could be worse. I do believe it adds at least 1 hex to the range compared to the old one. Modern Workers Strike in Unsung D. I am going to give in some of their demands. We did get a decent bit of extra money last round, but of course we're probably going to be using most of it this round. It's going to give in to all of their demands right now, which are probably not good in the long run, I'll admit. How's Kazoo Raptor doing in terms of workers? It could definitely use a lot more. Going to send in some colonists in there as workers. Then I'm going to send in some into... Oh, well, probably all the rest of it to Hidden Village. Because that one still needs a lot of population overall. So they cut off the road there, I see. There we go, at least we regrouped. It's going to go around there. There's a lot of enemies in the forest here. Let's just see how many we can destroy. Oh, there's 1. 2. Okay, so we didn't destroy full units yet. We're going to attack over here as well, I guess. There we go, we killed another one. But not fully. Don't know if there's anyone on the mountains there. There might be. Or there's someone there, I don't know. Well, no, that wouldn't... yeah, no, I think there is someone there. So we've got the recon in here. I suppose, technically speaking, the recon could probably kill this one. Oh, there we go. It did destroy it. Move through there a little bit. I'm going to move the machine gun. Oh, there's something on the mountain there, clearly. Let's move in here. Do I want to destroy... I suppose I want to push this one out first. There we go. We did push it back. We don't have the action points anymore to attack there, though. No, but now we can see that one at least. Good. Now, let's have a look at the western fronts first. So these get attacked pretty heavily. The readiness is starting to drop, which is not great. We could potentially just move in our artillery over here. It might take a bit of losses, but at the same time, it would at least provide us some help. We can move in the headquarters at least closer, so the bonuses from the headquarters are actually provided to... Well, they're not provided to all of these units, but some of them are now. I mean, suppose there's the 2nd Infantry, or 2nd Machine Gun Infantry Brigade that is a bit too far away. Okay, this one's at least close enough to get some bonuses. Oh, we cut off this entire road then for a brief moment at least, so that's good. I don't know if it has any impact on the supplies in here. I think they've got a road going through that mountain. So the effect is probably very limited at best. Then on the middle here, so they've still got the leopards in there. We've got some infantry. I don't know if we should try to attack them. We could definitely give it a try. Do we have... so we've got the Cobras. Do these have the range to do air attack? No, they do not. They don't have quite the fuel, and I don't think their range is actually higher than like 5 hexes anyway. So we'd have to move them closer to do airstrikes with them. But what we do have is we've got the Wizards over here, and we can just move these into... I think Monty is going to be good enough. Far enough in the back row that it's not going to be too bad. It doesn't... Well, actually, it does have decent readiness there still. But we can start using those or something similar to start dealing some damage for the infantry over here, or start destroying some of these tanks. There's a lot of them. If we can destroy those, that'd be nice. Then let's have a look at the southern front. So we know that they built the road again. They are still having a bit of supply issues here in general. That one, okay, we could probably destroy that one entirely. One of them surrendered already, and the other one pulled back. Do I want to attack in there? They've got some medium tanks in here. Of course, it's low snow mountain, so defense modifier is actually minus 75%. So whatever they have the stats in here, they got quite a bit, admittedly. I don't know how well that would go for us. And they got a lot of troops in here. I don't know, actually. I don't want to open up the front line too much in here. But I suppose one of the things that I could perhaps... Well, we don't have enough movement to... I guess what I could get on the road. Yeah, the AT guns over there. We'll keep this area. Well, I suppose we could get the tanks next to it. So we can't off another road from them. We can't remove this road and not this round yet, I don't think. We could move in the flak guns closer. We do have our Hueys in here still. Do we have enough range to do an air attack? Not right now. So the supply issue is starting to... Well, I suppose we're using a lot of that road right now. So that might be part of the reason. We're going to move in the headquarters a little bit closer. Maybe that is going to start giving... Yeah, it's going to give some bonuses. For the troops again. But not enough, though. That reminds me. Where's the... This infantry? I should probably start moving this one back west. Around here somewhere. And the rest of these can start moving in. So there's a lot of tanks in the forest. The readiness is a bit limited. They did manage to retake this one again. We do need to get a little bit more replacement by the looks. Well, actually, we got the armor, but it did not get delivered. How's the readiness in here? It's still pretty decent. They've got a lot of artillery, though. We did do... Well, I suppose we could use the wizards to do a bit of an airstrike there again. We could send in, I guess, these as well. No, I think that is Hawks. They got their planes there, but we are dealing quite a bit of damage on their planes. Yeah, it's a tactical bomber, so that is the Hawks indeed. We got one kill on the tanks there, not quite as good as I was hoping for. But at least the planes didn't do too much, the fighters that is. So that's good. And over here we could utilize the Apaches and the Hueys now on a tactical airstrike. We could try striking over there on the mountains. They will probably send some planes. No, they did not send any planes. There we go, that's 20 tanks destroyed. The readiness has reduced quite a bit. They did manage to reach... Oh, right, they've got some tanks in here. So what about these troops? Their readiness is a bit low. I could try doing an artillery strike somewhere. For example, over here. Let's use both of the batteries. Well, we've got a handful of hits, but that's about it. Not really quite the damage I was looking for. I suppose we've got some extra tanks in here that we can start moving closer. Get those in here. I suppose the infantry could also start moving into the battle, or close to the battlefield at least. We got pretty good AA coverage in here still, so that's good. We've got the grasshoppers. Right, I should have done the recon again. I keep forgetting about that one. Or I remember usually after the fact. Which isn't very helpful, I do admit. Let's have a look at the construction queue real quick. And also, I suppose, the radiation cleansing has come along fairly nicely. Cheyenne, we just started upgrading those two. Well, they've already got a pretty decent amount of stuff in there. Robotic soldier is going to take another 18 rounds probably, or maybe 17, somewhere around there. So it's going to take a while. We've got an airbase in Spokamania. So that's the one heading towards the northwest. And then Kazoo got us airbase level 2. Oh, hold on a minute. Airbase level 2, that means that we're going to actually start moving some planes there. Now the Hawks can't do that yet, but the Ravens could. So we'll have a bit more air coverage in there, and we can start using more planes to start breaking, especially this stack. That is very crucial to destroy. They do have a lot of troops in general in here, but we're not really short on units either, so I think we are still in pretty good shape overall. We can get the headquarters in here, so all of these should start getting a bit of bonuses again. Or a bit more bonuses again. These are in the... Right, well, in the planes we have dug in. We've got full readiness. They would have... If they start attacking in here, they would have to attack across the river. And then if they attack across the river, then we'll just cut them off one way or another. We're starting to get to the point where we might be able to get in here, cut off this entirely from... I mean, not entirely from supplies, let's be honest. But if we could destroy these tanks and cut them off over there as well, and I'd say we've got a pretty good situation. How's the low grassy mountains? So it's -50 for attacking, -25 for defending. If there was snowy mountains, they would be worse for the defender, but over here it's not. I could use my artillery to try to deal some damage over there, or I could try to move the artillery in here to deal some damage over there, but I don't think that is actually going to help us too much. I mean, in theory it would... Ooh, actually. Oh, since we moved these, we can actually send these out to do an airstrike. There we go, so we've got 2 hits, no kills though. It was a bit of a reduced action points admittedly, so that's probably part of the reason. Right, I suppose another thing that I could do, so how much is the... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So once we get the upgraded Cheyennes over here, then we can probably get those to do the air bridge, because that's going to be a bit more... I mean, let's actually think about that. They got double the capacity compared to the grasshoppers. But of course with 30, yeah, so we might have to make a bit larger unit than just the 30. But we're going to start switching those to do that, and then we're going to send these grasshoppers to do some recon somewhere in here, just get massive recon. And if we lose some grasshoppers, that's fine. We're going to maybe even reduce the size of this afterwards to be a little bit smaller, and get some of those to be sort of replacements, or just scrap the regular grasshoppers and go with the grasshopper 3s. Also, I did notice that we had some landings happen over here again. Go ahead and destroy it this time around. There we go, that's finally overrun. So there's one less enemy to worry about. And I suppose another thing that I could do is just strike on this corner of the front. Oh, we lost 1. 2. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess the losses were a bit even, although our troops are a lot better quality. I'm going to leave the whizzes be as is, so that we can start doing some intercepting in here if need be. Which we probably do need at some point. Can I actually... No, these can't move into the mountains, so these are kind of pointless in there. I'm going to move this one back. Car that one, that's the airfield. We could potentially build up a bit of the railway going through here. And then I suppose over here we could build up another... I think we're just going to build a railhead in there. And then in the crossroad over here we'll build a proper railway station. And that's probably going to become a new city at some point. So we could try attacking the bisons in there. They're a little bit low on readiness. The experience is fairly low. They do have the -75%. Question is, can we have... like, what can we have attacking? I suppose we've got these trimmer guns. And the tanks, that's about it. Well, we could send in the man-pads, but I think that's going to be a mistake. Okay, the infantry took a fair bit losses there. Admittedly, I think it was mostly of the older kind, or was that? No, that is Line Troops 4, and that's the AMG. Okay, so there was a bit of a mixed match. So some of the infantry got killed. And one of the machine gunners, but that's the older machine gunner, so that got really good kills. They would destroy at least one of them. But the readiness is... oh, now we can at least see the supply received. We don't know the exact numbers that they have in there, admittedly. Let's just go ahead and get some more reinforcements. I think at some point in the not too distant future we do need to start breaking this one, but I suppose it's probably going to be easy if we cut them off first, destroy whatever troops are on the mountain there. There are quite a few. You know what, we could give it a try to attack in there. It's a river crossing and all that, so it's going to be a bit rough terrain. But if we can push them back, we might be able to capture that province. Well, we destroy one unit completely and another one half the way. So we killed 20 tanks there. We captured that one. But in that case, we might want to move in some tanks over there. I don't want to move everything. But 150 tanks there, that'll probably give us at least a bit of defenses. I could perhaps move the flak guns closer as well, provide a bit of coverage over here on the flank, but also provide air coverage on the forward position there. Oh, and we've got some infantry in here, which we could perhaps... so these are the RPGs, we could probably have it over here in the forest or something. keep that open for now. Or we could try to move it in here. There's a lot of tanks there, admittedly. Maybe we will move it to the north in case we need help there. I mean, we'll be using the Air Force quite a bit to try to destroy this stack. Especially the artillery in there. Reduce it more and more. We will need a bit more ammo by the looks of it. Get another 4,000. And how is the demissalization? It's already halfway done, almost. So at least Ansang is doing fine. The population is growing, so we're hiring a bit more workers in there. Not a lot, though, but a little bit regardless. Did we? Oh, right, I did not move these yet. Let's keep them moving. That's going to allow us to... Oh, these are probably heavier, aren't they? Thus, they can't move quite as quickly. Well, they're going to get in here eventually. This one might be able to reach there next round, actually. Oh, well, I suppose, yeah, there's the river crossing, so we can move through there right now. Oh, right, and actually, if we have a look at the bottlenecks... No, that road is upgraded all the way. This one is not upgraded all the way. Because one of the things that I could do is just build up the sealed road a little closer. Apparently not all that much closer in the end. Because we don't have that much industrial points in here. We use quite a bit right now. We're using also a lot of metals right now and a bit of food. Is there a way from... Well, I suppose some of the food is not being produced right now. Because lack of workers. Right, I'm sure that the population will increase. And, you know, if need be, we can increase the production. There's not too bad of a consumption in here compared to the production yet. And we got some stocks there, so we'll survive. But let's get to the next round, shall we? The artillery strike. We lost a little bit of troops there. Including some artillery, but at least we were doing some counter battery fire, I reckon. We lost more artillery and some infantry. Oh, that was a proper attack, but we held the ground. There's an attack on the mountains. They pushed our recon troops back with that. There's a lot of troops that we're trying to attack, so that's not a surprise there. They built yet another road around the southern edge there. Well, at least they're wasting a lot of their industrial points trying to build roads that I can just capture. Oh, I think with the airstrikes, they started moving a lot of the tanks away. Still got the artillery by the looks of it there, but they might still move it away. Oh, yeah, they're just pulling everything back right now. Well, not everything, but a lot of it back. We stood firm, tried to attack to the south, but luckily we had some troops in there defending. Oh, something's taking ground south of, okay. Kill 800 infantry, 30 tanks wheels, 500 infantry, 20 guns, and 10 tanks. Well, those tanks were actually recon. Ah, there we go. Cheyenne 2 has been completed. Right, is this, no... Yeah, that's non-aligned. Okay. Let's get some more reinforcements in here before we go too far in. But that is some of the mines that we still use quite a bit. Oh, there we go. Let's move the recon in here so we can see a bit more, and then this one can get all the way through now. There we go. So we got the front line set up there. Oh, right. Oh, I think they had some free folk being formed in there, and now we're going to capture that. They abandoned this entire... Okay. They have abandoned the front. Did they spend up a lot of their readiness in here? They did. Alright then. Let's go ahead and take some tanks from a few directions. Maybe some of the infantry could be... You know what? No, we're not going to attack immediately. No. We're going to first do a recon on that place. Probably going to get intercepted, but that's fine. As long as we get the intel. We did. And now I suppose what I could do... We've got the wizards over here. I'm just going to do an air attack on that. I'm going to send in... Let's see, that one. I know that as a bomber. That's interceptors. That's the Apaches. I think that's a Huey. So we'll send in these three. At least in theory we should be able to get quite some hits in here. Well, we got some at least on the tanks, but that wasn't necessarily enough. They got a bit of infantry on the mountains. I suppose I could take some... Well, actually, let's have a look at the decisions real quick before I forget about them again. So let's... no changes there. New demand to... Civilization level to increase from 8.22 to 8.37. Until round... Okay, we got 12 rounds for that. Yeah, that's fine. I think we're going to manage that. Design target. We could go for the automated turret, I suppose. Oh, we could get a medium thopter. That could be a very good way to transport things. You know what? Yeah, let's get a transporter. Thopter. So we could go for, I don't know. Let's see. High efficiency. I think a very heavy turbojet engine. It's going to be quite heavy, admittedly, and probably quite expensive. We'll go for that one. And then we'll put in, like, I don't know, maybe 3,000 fuel. That might be a bit expensive, or a bit excessive. We'll go for 1,800 fuel. And air-to-air weapons, we could go for... Probably just go with the machine gun, quite frankly. Just to protect themselves. I don't think we're going to put any air-to-ground weapons. And if we put in, like, I don't know, 800 cargo, how much would that be? It's 12 hexes range. Okay, let's see if we go for something a bit different. Admittedly, if we just go with the heavy turbojet engines, it will reduce the engine power quite a bit. But the engine efficiency is going to be better. We can reduce maybe the fuel even further. We'll keep the weaponry as it was before. There we go, so that's 16 hexes. That's a lot better. Sometimes going for too heavy engine can be a problem. Odin see elements that want to focus more on expanding the fleet and long-term investments. Sure, we don't need to worry about the Odin Sea too much anyway. It's the landlocked area there. Tina Kumio offers to help. We are going to decline the kind offer. Right, so now I think it's time to do a bit of an attack in here, shall we? We'll take that tank from there, and we'll take one of these metalheads. Okay, we did not manage to break them, unfortunately. There's one of the things that I could do. Are these... Well, they got a bit of digging bonus there. These, some of them do still have. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do a ranged attack with both of these rocket artillery groups in here. At least we can deal some more damage on them. Well, some more hits so the readiness drops. And I guess the morale is going to be quite low on some of these. So now if we were to take some of the RPG infantry and all that. Maybe the machine gunners as well. So all of these... I think now we got the firepower to destroy them. Well, we destroyed 300 infantry 2 specialists, and we pushed them back into the mountains. Now we're going to just push these in. And then what I suppose I could do is I could use the all-rounders. Maybe some of those metalheads as well. They got a bit of grenadiers in here. They're not really dug in all that well. Some of them are actually dug in fairly well. Move in the flak guns at least a little bit closer. The infantry can move in here. Moving some of the all-rounders into the forest as well. Not necessarily the best location for them. Actually, no, the all-rounders could move all the way here. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of tanks there. A bit low in readiness. They might push this one back, admittedly. I could try attacking into the mountains now with what troops we have available. Or I could start moving these in. These tanks can move... Oh, hello. Well, let's use these tanks to destroy the artillery group. Okay, that's 50 guns destroyed. That ain't too shabby. Move along here. Sending the infantry along. We could probably send our artillery back on the road. Again. These can move along the A. We are going to be a little bit outside of AA coverage for a little bit now. We've advanced a decent chunk of land, at least. Or taken a decent chunk of land this round. We can't move there. Ooh, actually. Do we have the... Right, the bikers can't get there. I don't think any one of our troops can get there. Well, I suppose one of the things that I could do still is attack these troops in the mountains. Now that they've pushed back already once. Well, seems like they are still holding. Okay, so that wasn't quite as successful as I was hoping for. I suppose one of the units was there already, so that's part of the reason, perhaps. And that's about it. And I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.